Hello, welcome to scr1tno Knitting Project podcast. My name is Sharon and I'm coming to you from Surrey in the UK, where I live with my family, 3 cats and a dog. This is episode 65 and today is Thursday the 23rd of July 2020. Welcome to any new viewers or welcome back to any returning viewers. Thank you so much for joining me today. Big thank you to all my new subscribers. I'm nearly up to 500 subscribers, which is really exciting. I've never really been bothered about how many people subscribe because I just enjoy doing this. The people that enjoy it, even if it was just a couple of people, it's nice to have that conversation backwards and forwards. So I'm blown away that so many people are watching it. And this is going to sound really ungrateful, but I would really like to get to 1,000 subscribers for no other reason than I can have a community tab on my YouTube channel, which means that I can do some extra bits and pieces that would be really helpful. So if you are a regular viewer and you haven't subscribed, if you wouldn't mind doing so, that would be fab, just so I can get it up to this 1,000 subscribers. And as I said, it's not because I'm counting subscribers or anything like that. It's just because I could redo the community tab. That would be really useful. Also, you can do lives, which you can't do with less than 1,000. I love you all, whether you subscribe or not. Thank you so much for watching. I'm glad you enjoy it. I've had some really lovely comments over the last couple of weeks. Videos, and yeah, it's blown me away. It makes me slightly more nervous to know there's more people watching, but yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I have got a few exciting things going on this week. Is that what I normally say? Is that it for my welcome? I think so. If I've forgotten part of it, I'm really sorry. I've thrown myself. Oh yeah, this is my knitting podcast. Forgot that bit. It's not just knitting, it's about any crafts I do, really. And it's going to be a bit of a quicker one this week because I haven't got any sewing and I haven't got any spinning. I normally do both, but I haven't got any this week because last week I recorded on Saturday and today's only Thursday. I haven't really had enough time to do everything. I have got a bit for the journaling section, if you want to stick around for that. Yeah, let's get into admin. So admin, the podcast has a Ravelry group. If you cannot do Ravelry at the moment, which I certainly appreciate that most people can't, please do comment down below. We'll have a chat there. All of my knit-alongs I'm going to do on Instagram as well as Ravelry. At the moment we've only got 2. We've got the square a day cal, which is basically knitting a square a day on a cozy memory blanket. However, anything you're doing on a daily basis to build the blanket will do. So if you're doing a granny stripe blanket and you're doing a stripe a day, or you're quilting and you're doing a quilt section a day, all of those are eligible as long as you've got the right number by the check-in. I still can't remember how much that number is. I will have to put it down below again this week. I did that last week too, so I'll have to write it down. That would be a good move, wouldn't it? I need to write it down. So yeah, that's what we're doing for that one. Phased out and I was going somewhere else with that. Can't remember what it is. Next check-in is the end of September. We've also doing a jumper knit along, which is any adult size jumper, please. And that is going to go until the end of December. I may very well pop in and do spot prices at some point, but at the moment we're just heading on to the end of December. Both the hashtags should be listed below the video. Right, now, last week's video, I had a bit of a nightmare with last week's podcast. Now, those people that edit will understand this. I have to video in sections because my camera only allows you to video for a total of 30 minutes, which is not a problem. I keep an eye on the timer, try not to let it run out. Last week I did an unboxing video of from the lovely loan of a Lonely Sock Lady who's sent loads of bits and pieces for the podcast. And I did that prior to recording the podcast, so it was the first thing I'd videoed last week. And then midway through recording the podcast, my memory card got full, so I had to delete some bits off. No, I didn't delete that clip off before, you know, you think that's where we're going. I deleted some stuff off from ages ago, so that's all gone. Then I started re-recording and everything was fine. I uploaded it all onto iMovie, put all my clips in, edited them all, and it wouldn't upload. It just kept crashing. This is really odd. And when I was watching the playback in iMovie, it skipped the clip with the unboxing every time. I was like, what is going on with this? So I deleted that clip out of the podcast, put it all together without the clip, and it worked fine. It uploaded fine. I didn't have an issue with it. So I've no idea why that clip has done what it's done. So in the event to get it to work, it was working on my camera. It plays on my camera. It plays in iMovie as long as it's not with the other sections. It just didn't want to play on its own. So yeah, I don't know what I've done with it, what happened. So I've run it through a conversion program called Handbrake. I converted it into a different format, and now I've converted it back again into MP4. So hopefully today it will be included in the happy mail section. I think I might put it in the vlog at the end. Hopefully it'll be here somewhere. If it's not, you'll know it didn't play nicely, and I will do the unboxing video again. I will just pretend. I'll act. But yeah, it's just occasionally you think, why would you just not work? It's not like it was the stuff after when I deleted it, or I have no idea. But all I do know is that it took me from when I started recording last week on Saturday. I started recording at 9, and I finally got the all the editing done and it all up and the bits done on YouTube at 8:30 in the evening. So it took me 12 hours to get the podcast up last week, which is too long. So we're going to hopefully keep this a bit shorter today, she says, having rambled for about 10 minutes. And I haven't got as much to show because, as I said, it's Thursday and I haven't got a full rotation. Right, I think that's it for admin. So day one is socks, and that's hanging out in my Elderflower Stitches bag. I love this bag for the summer. It's definitely going to be one of my summer bags. And I'm doing Jelly Roll socks, which is a pattern by Mara Catherine Bryna. And if you are a long-time viewer of the podcast, you will know I am addicted to them. And I am doing it in Hedgerow yarns in a sock set, and it's called Bouquet. I couldn't remember what it was called last week. It's called Bouquet. And I have done the top jelly rolls, so that's the contrast colour, that's the main colour, and then I'm going down the heel flap doing the alternate rows of contrast and main. That is a little stitch marker from Copo Designs. It's a really pretty one. I do my socks on 2 circular needles, and these are Licky needles, and it's 2.5mm. So yeah, it's such a pretty colourway, this. Looking forward to seeing these done. I have to admit, they're really pretty. Now I've also done my little card for it. Now these little cards are from Hugs by Clara is the shop. The podcast is the Sheep and Cheerful podcast. And it's Nikki, and I love these. So these are little journal cards. Now this one, you can download this off of her website. It's a small cost, it's very minimal. It's just over £1, I think. I put these little holes in myself, and I did mine on paper because my card won't go through my printer, but I have stuck it on card. So I've stuck it on some really pretty card on the back, and as you can see, I've got the ball band attached. So that's Hedgerow yarns, and that's the details. So that's the Bouquet colourway, and I'll put a picture of it here. Yeah, so that's all ready to go. I'm trying to do one of these now each time I start the project. This is part of my reset button. Rather than doing them for all of my projects. I am literally doing them when I start them now. And this bag from Elderflower Stitches is perfect because it's got a lovely little pocket inside. It fits in perfectly. Quite ironically, I have 2 needle cozies in here, neither of which are on my needles. I need to sort that out. So yeah, that's my socks at the moment, and I love knitting these. I really do. I don't actually need the pattern now. I just do it from. It's called kind of my own version of the jelly roll socks, but yeah, absolutely love them. So that's my day 1 socks. Day 3 is garment day. I finished my Whitmore. Yeah, I was going to say, I'll give you a quick stand up and a quick, isn't it pretty? Quick twirl, as much as I can twirl in this absolute lack of space I've got here. You probably can't see anything because of my hair. Let me move my hair. Oh. Yeah. And that's the sleeve. So hopefully there will be photos turning up now. Hubby took photos of me in the garden with it yesterday, complete with cat. I think there may be some cat ones coming along in a bit. This has been an absolutely lovely knit. I would thoroughly recommend it. It is a pattern by Amy Loudon, who is the little tailoress. It is called the Whitemoor sweater, and Whitemoor is spelled W-H-I-T-M-O-O-R. And she holds your hand every step of the way with the pattern. There is both a chart for the lace work and written instructions. I work from the chart, so I can't comment on the written instructions, but if it's anything like the rest of the pattern, I'm sure they're 100% accurate. I love it. I absolutely adore this jumper. It's definitely going to be one of my favourite jumpers to wear. I am probably going to live in it, I would imagine, on the cooler days. And yes, I would totally knit another one, and I probably will very soon. I can't say enough about it. The yarn I have used is Dusty Dimples in her, I said Bliss last time, it's actually called Blush and Harmony colourways. Now, I have helical knitted it. Now, helical knitting, you alternate skeins in a super duper magic way from Grace of Babbles Yarns. She has a tutorial on her YouTube channel if you want to check it out, and it's an absolutely fabulous way of blending yarns. And I had to blend a bit more than normal because obviously I had 2 different colourways, as well as it being indie dyed yarn. Now the top of it, if you look, does look a little bit lighter than the rest of it. I have no idea why that is, because I'd still helical knitted the top, even though it was lace. It was a bit of a wrangle, and I was very lucky that each time the slip stitches appeared, it was in a normal stocking stitch bit, so it really didn't show up. But I did have to wrangle it a little bit. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why the top didn't blend as much as the rest of it, but I am very, very happy with it. I would totally recommend it. I love this jumper, and yes, I am going to live in it. So that's my garment for this week. Massive finished object. Over the moon with it. Love it. I'm very happy in it, and I love it, and yeah, I'm really, really pleased. I didn't have a chance to knit on my EDT, which will be my next item that I'll be knitting, and next garment I'll be knitting, because I was desperately trying to get this finished off, because we've had such lovely weather this week in the UK. Oh, it's certainly in my part of the UK. I know it hasn't been so great up north, but down in the south it's been very sunny. I really wanted to get the end sewn in on this and get it blocked because we had such great weather, and it was the opportunity to do it. So I didn't actually do anything on my other garment, but hopefully that will be in the rotation next week. So yeah, big finished object. So that's day 3, garment day. So day 4 is crochet day, and that's hanging out in my Bags by Awesome Granny bag with little caravans on it. And this is my friendship blanket. Now, my friendship blanket is a giant granny square, and is made up of minis that I got from my friends at Christmas on a Christmas advent swap we did. Oh, I've got a tangle. Which way are you going? You're going that way, so you're coming this way. Oh dear. So I did a Christmas advent swap with a couple of my friends, and another friend did a 12 days of Christmas for me as a surprise, which was lovely. I'm currently putting in the 12 days of Christmas, and they're living in this little box, so I know which order they go in. Long time viewers of the podcast will know that I didn't do this originally when I got them, and I had to work it out by watching my Vlogmases back. So podcasts have a use from time to time, but yeah. So I've got these ones to do, and I want to get these in before December, and I start all over again. So I thought I ought to get this done. And this week I did get a couple in. I'm going to have to start showing these to you in strips, I think. So I was on this purple. I was on the purple there. I think you can see where the little unicorn is. And then I went into the variegated. That was a really pretty. Now that was a Malabrigo. I went into the variegated. Ooh. So this is getting quite big now, so you know, it doesn't look like you've made a huge amount of progress. And then it was a different variegated, sort of a pinkier variegated. That's pretty, isn't it? Oh. And then somewhere here I went into, yeah, what I'm doing now, which is kind of a black one with flecks of colour. Where's my mini? There it is. A black one with flecks of colour in it. That's where I was going with that. So that's the one I'm currently doing. So the idea is that I get this done hopefully in the next couple of weeks, and then I'll go back to my Christmas blanket that I'm doing. So yeah. Now I had a question from, I can't remember who it was. I'm really sorry. I know I've answered you underneath the video as well about turning this. If you're doing a giant granny square, if you do a granny square, if you turn them, they're squarer each time you finish a round. If you turn and go back the other way. Now I've realised the potential problem with that. If you turn around and go back again, your colour block, which is what's happened in the middle of this, obviously it's colour blocked because they were such short rounds, so it would colour block, but you are going to get sort of a second block of colour if you do that, if you turn it round. So I guess it depends on what you're looking for. I prefer mine to be in the stripes now, so they look like a granny stripe blanket. The only reason I'm not doing a granny stripe blanket is because I can't crochet in a straight line. It does that. So I don't do that. So that's why I'm doing a giant square. And yes, mine is getting a bit misshapen, but to be honest, once it's on the sofa and snuggled under it, nobody's going to see what shape it is anyway. But yeah, I did realise that that would be an issue, because I was thinking, oh yeah, now I'm at the end of this one, I'll turn and go back, and I was like, oh no, I won't, because I'm going to have a hole, and I was halfway through the mini, so it would have been like a double stripe on that bit. I think it would look a bit more odd. So by all means experiment, let me know what you think, but I'm going with no, don't do that at the moment if you want it to look something like this. So yeah, that's my, it's just granny clusters, giant granny square, and I'm using a 3mm crochet hook, 3mm crochet hook. So pretty. Yeah, I love it. I love going round on it. So now I've picked it up again, I'm actually really enjoying working on it, so I'm looking forward to getting that finished and put away until December, at which point hopefully when I swap with my friends I'll actually put them in at the same time. But that's fab, isn't it? So that's day 4, crochet day. So day 5 is Here Comes the Whip, which is the section where I work on something that's been long outstanding. And this is at the moment hanging out in my So Sweet Violet bag, and is the Habitation Throw by Curious Handmade, Helen Stewart, from last year's knit event. And it looks a bit like that. And I am using my advent calendar from Kelly of Les Family Yarn, and I haven't got very far with this. Yesterday was day 5, and I've spent an awful lot of the day yesterday reorganising and rearranging the bottom end of my lounge, and I didn't really get any time for knitting, so I feel a bit of a fraud showing this, because all I did was from there to there, so it's about 4 rows. But I guess it shows you the reason why I have the rotation, because some days I am busier than others and I don't always get an awful lot done. Now this will turn up on, what day was yesterday? Today's Thursday, yesterday was Wednesday. This will be Tuesday next week, and hopefully I'll have a bit more time for it. I'm so close now actually, because look, the ends, I can actually straighten it out now. So I am getting there. I am getting there with it. But I do need to have a bit of time with it. I was also doing something else yesterday evening, which I will explain in a few minutes, and tell you why else I didn't have an awful lot of time. So this is mini number 17. It's really pretty duck egg blue. So yeah, that was my Habitation Throw. I love it. It's a lovely easy knit. It's very soothing. I'd recommend it actually, especially if you've got mini sets. It's a good way of using them all up, because you knit until you haven't got any left. So it's a good way of doing that. And I very much enjoy it. So that's day 5. Here comes the whip. So day 6, which is my northeasterly, didn't happen this week. It's actually today. So I haven't had a chance to work on that yet. So I'm going to go straight into my cozy memory blanket. And my cozy memory blanket is hanging out in my seaside bag from Busy Pottering. I love this bag. And oh, let's have a look, see how far we've got. I haven't done today's because it's something like 8 o'clock this morning, and I just wanted to get on with the podcast. So this is the ones we've got in at the moment. That is a second one of the minis I got from Elderflower Stitches with my order. That is the Sea Glass colourway from Woolly Goodness that I used in my socks, and that is the contrast. That I haven't got the foggiest idea what it is. I know what that one is. I don't know what that one is. I don't know where that's come from, and I don't know what it is. But that is from the blanket box from Kelly from last week. But I don't think that one is. So I don't know where that mini came from, but that's from the blanket box that went into my northeasterly. So they're what I've done so far, and I have, as I said, got to do today's because I haven't done today's yet. But I decided I wanted to get up and get this recorded before I start work, so that I'm not all day trying to edit my podcast. That would be good. So yeah, that's my cozy memory blanket. Haven't actually squared it off this week, but hopefully next week I will have done. It's getting quite a bit longer now to square off, isn't it? So that is the end of my knitting section. So this is a new craft to me. A while ago I bought a natural dyeing kit from Scruffy Dog Eco on Etsy, the lovely Sarah, and I had a go at doing it at the weekend. There should be a vlog, hopefully there's some vlog footage at the end of this. And I used, the kit I had was Black Bean, that was supposed to give you a blue, which it did, and that's what I dyed. It's Blue Face Leicester 4-ply, so I am going to make socks from this, and it is quite tonal. I have reskeined this. Oh, that's what I was going to say about last night. Was that a mission? I wished I hadn't started halfway through it. It took me forever. I kept going wrong on my niddy noddy and having to undo it all, so that was fun. But it is very, very pretty. There's some lighter flashes where it was tied up, and yeah, I'm just really pleased with how this came out. It was funny because when I first put it in the bowl, it was a dark grey colour. Well, not even that, it's sort of a brown colour almost. I looked at it and went, how am I supposed to get blue from that? But it did turn blue. The biggest issue I had was to try to persuade my family not to poke it and poke down the sort of lighter bits. I'm like, no, I want it tonal. Don't do that. But it's a beautiful blue, and I'm looking forward to making some socks out of that. So that's my first at home dyed yarn, and isn't that fab? So next up is Happy Mail, and I have a little bit. Right, I'm going to go with Sherry Iris first. The first two I had got is her Rose Petals. Isn't that pretty? So delicate. And then also By the Sea, which is very, very similar in colour to what I've just dyed. These are both merino nylon blends. I think they go together really well. Very pretty. And then in her next update, Sherry has some DK yarn. Now I want to buy a skein of Sherry's DK yarn on each update until I have a sweater's quantity, not of the same colour. I'm going to blend the colours through, and I want to make an understated with it. And this is A Moment in Time, which is very pretty. It's got sort of buttercup yellow and dark green and light green and pink in there. So there's quite a few colours that I could get that would go with this. I'd be able to blend it through. So yeah, that's my idea, is one skein at a time. A sweater quantity of Sherry Iris DK yarn. So I haven't had any of hers in DK before, so this is my first one. So yeah, that's my Sherry Iris haul. That's so pretty. Then, honestly, Instagram is such bad influence. I saw Ellie knitting with one of her sock blanks, and I absolutely fell in love with the sock she was knitting, and I do like a sock blank. So yeah, this is not got a name. No name on this one, Ellie. Okay, but it's very pretty. I do like it. So yeah, that's going to be socks at some point. Looking forward to using that. I do like using sock blanks. And last but not least, when I was chatting to Sarah, who is Scruffy Dog Eco, about her yarn dyeing kits, I was checked out her website to see if she'd got any more, which she hasn't at the moment. However, what she has got is scraps of hand dyed, naturally dyed material, which I thought I could use to make my hexies. Is it pretty? So these are what I've got. Some of them are bigger than others, but they're beautiful yarn scraps. Especially that one. Isn't that lovely? And look at this, the leaves on that. And then this is the last one. So Sarah has some scrappy packs on her Etsy shop. If you like these, go check them out. I thought I could use them for my hexies. I also thought I could use them in my junk journal to mount on the pages. So lots of uses for these. And also there's some sari ribbon with it as well, which I am probably going to use to tie up my journal when my journal's finished. So that is it for my Happy Mail this week. My journal this week, what I just wanted to show you. So Saturday I didn't get around to decorating. I'm not too sure why I haven't gone back to do that, so I need to do that. I use these to keep it open on pages I want to keep it open to, or if I'm trying to keep it flat to work on. That one is this is my page today. So this was Sunday, and as you can see I've popped my Sherry Iris tags in, and that is some roving from the braid I'm spinning for Hedgerow yarns, in Hedgerow yarns. This one is Monday. I have to be a bit careful with these because of work. Have I got something I could put over that? Try you for a minute. I think the rest of it's okay. So I made a little envelope to go on the bottom there, and in that envelope is my journal entry for that day. So that's gone in there. If you look on Pinterest and search small envelopes, you will find how to make them. They're so easy to make. So this, I made two tiny envelopes. One has got my journal entry in, and the other one's just there for decoration, as to show how I made it. So they're my two tiny envelopes. Can you see? They're my two tiny envelopes. So that's the empty one, and that one's got my journal entry in it. And then this is my card for my Whitemoor. That's that side, and then so that's that side, and then that's what I've got on that side. And I have just sort of popped it in with some washi tape in the middle there, so it's a page. Did I have anything? No, I haven't got anything on this page that you can't see. Right, so this page I'm really pleased with. Now I found some weather stickers, so I'm sticking my weather stickers in. So it was windy and sunny yesterday and 21 degrees. Now I spent my day yesterday tidying out my drawers in the lounge, and this is sort of a list of what's in which drawers. I'm going to get my daughter to make some stickers for me because she's got a Cricut machine. And this, I've found a use for Sherry Iris labels. It's got my journal entry on the back, and then that's a little pocket I made at the bottom. If I've stuck something over my schedule, there isn't anything written on there. Oh. So yeah, that's how it's going at the moment. Obviously today's entry is all about the podcast, but I haven't got much on today's yet, so there's no point in showing you today's. So yeah, that's the one I have that's on my today's page. So I keep it out and open during the day, and then just write in it as I need to. I think I finished a week and started another one. Yeah. So I've finished that week off, and then I've started, this is the new week. I've actually put a few more realistic goals in this time, because last week's one, they weren't realistic at all. These are little stamps I've got that I've stamped on myself just to cheer the page up a little bit. So the colours all mean different things. I've got a little tag on the side that's got a key for what all the colours mean, so I don't have to keep looking this up, and that just sits on my page for the day. So yeah, that's what I'm doing in my journal at the moment. I don't know whether I'll do the journal every week, show you the journal every week. I think if I do anything new, I might try and show it to you, or if I've got any tips or anything that I've kind of discovered. So the journal I've got is called This Is My Era. You can actually get red ones of these, I've discovered, on Amazon, but my one's a black one. I don't know, I might make it a some kind of cover. It'd be quite nice to have a patchwork cover for it, wouldn't it? So maybe with my I've got some So Sweet Violet Hexies, so maybe with those I might try and make a patchwork cover for it, because surely even I can make that. Surely I can do that. So that could be quite pretty, couldn't it? But so far I'm loving this. I have Sophie of the Spring Snowflake podcast to thank for it, because she gave me the idea, although what she's doing on her channel is something slightly different because it's to do with knitting. The original idea came from Sophie, so I'm very pleased with this. So that's my journal. So it's just chatter now. I've done quite a lot of chatting. Most of it was about last week and the problem with the vlog. There should be some vlog footage at the end of this, and hopefully that's all worked. I was going to do a standalone episode, but I didn't actually get time this week. Who knew? Work got in the way, and also it is only Thursday, so not an awful lot has happened since last Saturday. Saturday was very much I was ready to throw in the towel last Saturday. It was so awful, and that's one of the reasons why the 1,000 subscribers would be helpful. Would be at least I could put a post up on the YouTube account to say, wow, sorry guys, had major issues with the podcast this week. I'm fine, but it's going to take a couple of days for me to sort it out. And you can't do that unless you've got 1,000 subscribers, so it would be really useful for that alone. So as I said, if you do watch but you aren't subscribed, if you wouldn't mind doing so, I would be really grateful. And we'll have a 1,000 subscriber giveaway without a doubt. But I am creeping up to 500, so that's cool, and I do appreciate each and every one of you. I had a quiet day Sunday. I think I was just wrecked from Saturday, to be honest. And then my big project this week is I've tidied the kitchen, and I want to deep tidy it and get all the drawers out, but I've decided I'm going to completely surface tidy the house first and then deep tidy. So I've started on the lounge, which desperately needs doing. I need to organise all my journal bits and pieces, and once I've got them organised, I will do a little vlog for the end of one of our videos, to show you where it's all sort of being put and my categories and what I use it for. But that's not going to happen this week. It might happen next week. But yes, all in all, that's all that's happened. Nothing going. Oh, big news! Big news! Meg got a new job. She is going to be a teaching assistant. She is over the moon, and it turns out that the school she's going to work at, one of her old teachers, who was a huge mentor to her and got her through a really tough time when her nan died, is going to be teaching there too. So she is over the moon, and it's so lovely to see her happy. However, she has had the worst case of tonsillitis I have ever seen this week. I have never seen such swollen tonsils, but happily she's recovering now. So that's happened. The other girls are fine, and it's Meg's birthday on Sunday, so we will be celebrating Meg's birthday Sunday. I probably need to make a birthday cake at some point in the next couple of days. So I might try and take some vlog footage of that, because Meg never minds appearing on the vlog. She's really cool that way, bless her. Both the girls, I think, have stalled on their socks. I haven't heard anything from them. I fear, certainly with one of them, they've probably gone wrong, so I probably need to go sort them out. I don't know the other one. She's just been really busy, because that's Meg, and she's either been too sick and doesn't want to do it, or she's been going for job interviews. So yeah, I'm really, really pleased for her, bless her. So I think that's it for chatter. I don't think I have anything else. I am currently watching The Waltons. I'm on season 9, and then I've got the sort of standalone specials, and then I've finished that, and we're watching NCIS New Orleans. I've had to watch the old season before we start the new season, because that's the way Ian works. I'm not really complaining. It's good. I'm enjoying it. And then I don't know what we're going to watch after any of those. The other things we're watching is racing, and we have 3 now we need to catch up with, because we watch Indy cars as well as F1. So at some point I'm going to need to watch 3 races in one day before the weekend, and we get another load of racing, which is fab. I get a lot of knitting done while I'm sitting there watching 3 races. Right, I'm going to wrap it up because my phone is beginning to make noises, which probably means I am required to work. I mean, to be fair, it's not actually work time yet. It is actually only 10 to 9 and I don't start work till 9:30, but I may be starting early today. Anyway, I hope you're all okay wherever you are. Take care and I'll see you next week. So before I start recording the podcast this week, I am going to open this and do an unboxing. This is from the lovely A Lonely Sock Lady. Now, part of this is an order that I placed with her, but most of it is prizes for you lot. So I thought what I would do is open it now and then hopefully pop this in somewhere during the video. She's super generous, she's super lovely. Go check her out on Instagram. She's A Lonely Sock Lady. I have definitely linked her down below in the show notes. I've definitely done that. Okay, so let's get on and see what's inside here. Oh wow, there's loads of bits and pieces in here. So, can you see that? Oh, that's going in my blanket. Oh, this is the fab. Right, so this is the yarn that Lone has dyed especially for you. A sweater's quantity of DK yarn. Isn't it beautiful? So this is one of the prizes at the end of the year. This will be a finished object prize. So it's I'm a Silver Girl Pink Edition. DK. 75% merino, 25% nylon. Beautiful. Wow. Lone has been super generous here. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, so there's 5 skeins of DK in here. Wow. You are very lucky. This one is a Drops Kid Silk and Activy Lurex. Now this also will go together as a sweater cowl prize. Lone has very generously donated this from her own stash. Wasn't it lovely? And that's got sparkle in it. That's going to make a fab jumper. And there's a sweater's quantity of both in there. Thank you so much, Lone. I'm going to have to find a separate space for prizes, I think, soon. Now, what have we got here? Oh, bless you. So this is a prezzy. Dear Sharon, I hope you can knit a pair of shorties for the summer out of this one, even if it is a gram short. I've only got tiny feet, so that's an absolute given. Look at that, isn't that a fab colour? However, Meg adores yellow and grey, so I'm going to have to hide that, otherwise they will be her socks, not mine. Oh, it's a bit underweight. It's lovely. I love that mini with it as well. So that's that one. So this is the Stormy Skies mini set, which I absolutely adored, and I have bought. I'm hoping the lighting's working okay for the colours on this. I really liked that. We have Stormy Skies here today. So this is the one that Jane from Family Tree Yarns came up with the colourway for. So that's really pretty. I really like that. So that's going over here. And then, because we all know that I am knitting, well, I'm not knitting it, I'm crocheting a Christmas blanket. I chose her Christmas in July set, and these are tonals, which is great because I've got loads of speckles and I'm running out of tonals, which was not a problem I was expecting to have. I mean, you know, it's me, I shouldn't run out of mini skeins, should I? So these are going to be fab to add in amongst those for my crochet Christmas blanket. Wow. And a lovely little set of minis that will also go in my blanket. Oh, they're so cute. Lone, thank you so much. You have completely spoiled both me and the podcast. We are both very, very grateful. And yeah, great prizes there for the end of the year for the sweater cowl. Right, okay, I should probably get on with recording the actual podcast now. These are Mentor's bread rolls. It's the last of the 16 kilograms of flour I bought during lockdown. They're a funny shape, but they're definitely bread rolls. They're for burgers in a bit. Right, anyway, that's not what I was going to show you. This is what I was going to show you. This is my broken crock pot. Can you see there? It got broken, so it got glued together, but I don't trust it for food, so we bought a new one. So I thought I'd use it for yarn dyeing. So this yarn is now soaking. It's a BFL, and I really regret doing that because the little tie that you're supposed to hold on to was at the top there. Whoops. So that's going to soak overnight, and there it is. There we go, that's got it back. Yeah, so that's going to just soak overnight, and then tomorrow I'm going to have a go at dyeing the yarn.